So, Josh Lucas, it's called The Parisian Woman, starring with Uma Thurman. Tell us about the play.
It's set in D.C., right?
It is set in D.C.
Are you like
We are somewhat of a political... We live in the political world of Trump in the sense of that, you know, I'm coming from a meeting with General Kelly when the play starts, or trying to get a meeting with Kelly. One of the lines is, I'll camp out on the South Lawn if I have to in the early part of the play. But it really isn't about politics as much as it's about relationships and about love and about marriage and about sex and about the idea of what an open marriage may be, and people who play in very different kind of corridors of power and sexuality and manipulation. And it's such a wonderfully fun thing to do because it's a 90-minute rocket ship of comedy.
Does the show... I'm thinking about different audiences, because we have different audiences here every day. Different audiences, do they laugh at different things? Like, is the timing of the show constantly changing, or is it pretty much steady?
Well, it's a great question, and we do have audiences. It's funny, the matinee audiences are a little bit more conservative. You can feel that, and so their laughter and their timing with the whole show is different from, you know, the drunk Friday 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock audiences.
Right.
We have audiences that are wildly applauding to the kind of liberal comedy, and audiences that seem quite happy with the conservative element of the play too. It's been really interesting that way.
Yeah.
For you, my goal with this play is to have, you know, Republicans and conservatives come watch this play and love it as much as liberals, and it's been a very interesting tightrope to walk.
And you're constantly updating? You talk about General Kelly. Are you updating the material?
The writer of the play is Beau Willimon, who is the creator of House of Cards.
Yeah, of course, right. He's
so
genius.
The play has an absolute in the moment element, to the point where we did, when we opened the night, we had, you know, 50 reviewers there in the New York Times and everybody there. We had changed 4 or 5 lines, which we had never rehearsed. And so I'm literally out on stage as I'm, you know, writing the dialogue that I know very well, thinking, okay, these are the 5 lines, so I'm rehearsing in my head.
And you're
as
right
I'm
before you,
forward.
yes.
And then you go through them, and so yeah, we're changing a little bit here and there as we go.
I gotta tell you, that sounds like a nightmare to me, because
exciting.
I think, like, as an actor, one of the great things about live theater is the certainty of your dialogue, right? But apparently not in your case. You don't have that.
We don't feel that in any
Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm gonna come see it. I wanna come see it. Yeah, I definitely.
Friday night.
I will be there Friday night, because we like.
Or Friday. The Parisian Woman. It's at the Hudson Theater on Broadway. Josh Lucas.